Welcome back to Limitless TV. Have you ever wondered why schools don't teach you anything about money? Hey friends, Stephen Michael Miller here, and I'm going to be on a rant. I'm going to warn you right now. Buckle in because we're about to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is school. And it's not what you think, okay? I have actually gotten my degree. I went to college. I got my bachelor's degree in business, in international business, actually, with a little subtext of management information systems. But the question here is, why don't schools teach you about money, or what do schools teach you about money? So hang tight here because I'm about to go off. Schools don't really teach you about money, okay? I was in the world of business. I was in the world of international business, and I took a finance class. I took an investment class. I took accounting. I took all those basic classes that come along with your typical business degree. And I will tell you right now that the things that I learned in those classes were already out of date. As soon as I graduated from college, I got into business. Almost directly after I graduated from college, I actually came out and I went into business with Kris. Now, a lot of you don't know this, but I met Kris years and years ago out in Germany. We were doing some service out in Germany, and we became great friends. Had always talked about going into business with each other. So we never knew if that would amount to anything or not. But when we got back home from being overseas, circumstances happened. We finally, at one point, went into business with each other. And when I went into business with Kris, nothing that I learned in school that I can remember helped me in any way, shape, or form. Now, this isn't to say that school is horrible or that you shouldn't go to school. That's not my conversation right now. But the conversation is school does not teach you how to create money. It does not teach you how to create wealth. School, on a whole, teaches you how to be an employee for the most part. As a matter of fact, most people that go to school for even some of the more popular types of degrees, or those that you're told that you should do, right? If you're told to go to school to become a doctor or an engineer or an architect or or any of the top 5 or 10 type of money makers out there, professions that will earn you the most, although they teach you great skills, and although they're very important at times, they typically do not teach you how to be a business owner. They don't teach you how to create money, how to create wealth. They teach you how to be an employee. Like even the doctors, right? They teach you a great skill. They teach you how to save people's lives. They teach you all about the body and how to navigate. They teach you how to practice proper medicine, how to find problems and to find solutions to those problems. But they don't teach you how to grow and sustain an amazing practice. They don't teach you how to build a business around it. They don't teach you. They may teach you how to be a dentist, but they don't teach you how to set up the office and how to acquire the right type of equipment that you need. They don't teach you how to manage employees properly and how to set it up so that it's going to be really profitable for you in the long term. So school does not teach you how to create, how to grow, how to really even manage your wealth. School teaches you skills at times that you can then implement. So here's my whole thing. I mean, my wife and I, we decided a couple years ago that we wanted to homeschool our children. Now, this is where maybe some of that rant comes into play, so bear with me. And I'm going to get into some of our founding fathers information because I'm passionate about some of that as well. I read a book several years ago called John Adams. And I read alongside of John Adams, I read 1776. Both of these books are written by David McCullough, an amazing author. I think he's a Pulitzer Prize winning author. He's an amazing individual in historical fiction or historical nonfiction. And when I read John Adams, I learned more about what we should do to create wealth than probably most other books that I've ever read. I learned more about education and our education systems, or how we should educate ourselves in order to create the life that we want, than from a lot of other things, from anything I learned in school. What I learned was that John Adams had a passion. He had something that he was focused on, something that he loved, right? Back in John Adams' day, the school system was different. People didn't just go to school, pick a major, learn it, and then go get a job. People discovered first what they loved, right? Actually, this is a different concept. They said, and John Adams believed in this, before you find your occupation, you need to discover and understand your vocation. Now, you're going to ask maybe what this has to do with schools and creating wealth. Well, I'll tell you here in just a minute, but what is your vocation? Well, we understand vocation. We believe that our vocation is another word for your occupation, right? Oftentimes we think that our vocation may be more of a hands-on type of thing. If you go to a vocational college, sometimes that's like being an auto mechanic or an x-ray technician or some of those more hands-on training type of things. But that's not what vocation actually means. If you look up the etymology of what vocation is, vocation actually means you find out your purpose, your God-given purpose, and then you build your occupation around that. So your vocation is your higher purpose, which you're supposed to then build your occupation around. We're taught differently. We're taught to go to school and to pick the degree that will earn us the most money, because that's what we need to be able to take care of our family or to support ourselves well or whatever, right? We're told from society, and sometimes even from our parents or our parents' parents, right? Sometimes this is generational. We're told that we can't make money doing what we love. But the reality is it's just the opposite. I've learned exactly the opposite. Most people that get after passionately what they love will actually create more money. Don't just go to school to do something that you feel like you're supposed to do to create $1. Go to school if it's right for you, because you have come to an understanding of what you love, what your vocation is, and use school as a tool to help build the proper occupation around what you are passionate about. That's how school can be helpful in helping you earn more money, but it's not going to get you there by itself. So you need to learn, first of all, again, like I said, what John Adams did, which, by the way, to talk about John Adams, do you know what John Adams was passionate about? Have you learned about that? I don't remember learning about this in school, but I learned about it when I read the book. John Adams was passionate about law. He loved everything that had to do with law. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I can't stand, I shouldn't say it that way. I actually love law, but I'm not passionate about law. I love what law does for me. I like to understand some things about law, but I'm not passionate about law. I've got a brother who's a lawyer, and he's an amazing lawyer, but I couldn't do what he does because I have no desire for that. I have no passion in it. You sit me in front of a law book, I promise you within 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be snoring. Like I'll be asleep. It'll put me directly to sleep because I have no passion for it. Yet we send our kids to school all day, every day, typically, telling them to learn things that oftentimes they have no passion for. They have no inclination towards, and we tell them they have to learn those things because it's what's expected in society, rather than helping to support them to learn those things that will help them create true wealth. Think about this for a moment. When you're passionate about something, how do you attack it? Do you get after it more? Are you excited about it more? Does that excitement actually fuel what you're doing? Do other people see what you're doing in your excitement? When you're working inside your genius, don't people come up to you and say afterwards, wow, that was awesome. Like that was really neat to experience. You're really talented in that. And they get excited because of your excitement. This is what school should be, and this is what school should teach, but it typically does not. And so school isn't going to necessarily make you rich. School isn't going to teach you how to earn more money, but getting inside of your passions and learning how to apply those passions to a business or growing wealth is going to make you more money. John Adams would spend hours on the steps of the Congressional Congress speaking to his fellow brothers and sisters, people that were there, his fellow founding fathers, and tell them all about why liberty was important, because he had poured over law, he had learned his craft, and it made him a truly successful individual in all areas of his life, but also professionally. So, can school help you create wealth? Can school make you money? I'm going to say it's not the school. It's you utilizing school for the proper way, if that's your right path. If school isn't your right path, then get a mentor. Get someone who is passionate about what you're passionate about, who has experience in what you're looking to experience, what you're looking to create, and learn from them. We used to do this a long time ago. It was called apprenticeship, where people would pay to go and learn from the master, from someone who's been there and done that. You want to learn how to create true money in your life? School may be a good answer for you, but it may also not. Learning from people who have been there and done that, now that can help you create true wealth in your life. All right, friends, hopefully I've convinced you a little bit here about doing things a little bit differently and learning more. If you'd like to learn more, go ahead and subscribe. We're always putting out videos about how you can create greater wealth in your life. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.